YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Pip, aka Trades by Pip, aka Pipster, aka Pipster Dexon, aka Pip the First. But nah, today is my first ever price action YouTube video, and I know y'all excited, I know y'all ready, and I already know that first video to give y'all entries. Y'all see the setup behind me, charts is locked and loaded. Now let's get to it, let's go. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and leave a like. And definitely, if y'all watching right now, just to make sure I see that y'all paying attention, drop the Pipster way in the comment section before we start this YouTube video. And let's get started with how to find entries with price action the Pipster way. So before we start, I personally think there's only 4 things that you need to focus on with entries with price action. And those 4 things are drawing your boxes and marking your key zones. The second one is going to be support and resistance. Your third is what to do at your key zones, and then your fourth is going to be understanding patience and waiting for your confirmations and structures while you're in your trade. So now let's get started with number 1. We're going to be using GBP USD so we can start marking up your key areas. So before we get started, you can already see I kind of already had this marked up by accident. Been watching GU already throughout the week and stuff. Been waiting for us to get to this key area. And right now, when marking your zones, you want to take this in consideration, that knowing that marking your zones are basically and essentially your entry areas, because those are the key areas that you are focusing on where you want to see price either do one or the other. Because now you're in a position where you now understand that price is either going to do a buy or going to be doing a sell position. And this is going to be helping you now feeling more comfortable and have a better psychology while in your trade, because you're not in the middle of a zone or you're just in a horrible entry and you just don't know where price could go when you got in. So understanding that, you have to take into consideration those key areas that you're marking. Those areas are potentially your entries. So second, we're going to be doing support and resistance. So support and resistance is basically highs and lows in the market structure. And before I mark it on the GU, let me show you guys a good example. Boom. So now, because this is at the bottom, I mark support for blue, and I essentially know that these are both going to be my entry areas, but I know that these are places where buyers and sellers are in the market. So I'm going to take that in consideration. So if I know that, then essentially, let's say price starts from here, start making highs, right? And then initially, like we're not getting up there, you know what I'm saying? So we can start seeing that price is starting to break, make these lows and come retest. Boom, right here in this area, we made a instead of going on the uptrend, we broke out of the uptrend. So I'm going to initially mark this level. This level could be an area of, we could say resistance, but initially it was support that turned into resistance. So now that I know that that level in that area is being broken and structures being formed, I now turn that into an entry zone. So these are initially my 3 colors that I'll be looking at and how I switch through them when I look through with the box. It gives me a better understanding of what's going on in the market and what are these levels that I'm always looking at. So I don't have to always keep zooming out. It just helps me keep in mind that, all right, this is a resistance area, or this is a support level, or this is an area that has been broken and been changed. So if this area was changed, if this area was broken, I would initially change that to blue because now it's a support area. If this area is broken, I would change that to red because now I know that's a resistance area. So not going off track, let's go back into this. So initially I would mark this area for an entry zone. I would now see that price is now coming back to retest the area that we were broken from. If price stays below, then I'm initially hopping an entry, stop loss above, could mark the highs, and then initially we'll be targeting this. And since we have this support level, we could initially be targeting the lows that started from down there. So from there, price stays under, breaks this low, and continues to end up going down to the support. So now understand that now we finally came to the support area. Understand that this is your key area. So if price is not breaking this level, you will initially see that price is not coming under this level, but initially staying above this level, treating this area as a support level and not coming down to initially start breaking lows. So you would be initially understanding that this area, anything above this area, buys would happen. And if we came to this entry right here, price could initially come down, but as long as we're not breaking any lows, price could initially keep breaking, coming above, and then boom, we come to this resistance area, and understand that this resistance area, that price can initially keep bouncing as many times as it wants, but as long as it's not breaking above this resistance area, sellers are valid when structure is formed, when it starts breaking, coming under, continuing, and going for more. And that's just initially understanding support and resistance. And now let's put this in GBP USD. Okay, boom, we back at GBP USD. So initially you already can see that this is a level of resistance and also a high. I'm taking into consideration that this is the highest that price is gone. So initially I will mark that boom, that is a high right there. And I'm already marking that this is the highest price is gone because we are marking on the 4 hour. So initially, since I'm marking there, let's start focusing on the highs and lows in the market so you can understand entries and how to find entries in GBP USD. So understand that this is the highest that market has gone. You initially seen that price ended up selling, coming all the way back down. But if you zoom out carefully, price didn't really break any lows. So initially you could still stay in your buy mindset. So we could mark this up. We could zoom it out further, but initially we could just say this was a low area that wasn't broken. Just mark that up. Just a little cleaner. That wasn't broken because, as you can see, price ended up coming under, but instead of trading this area to continue, the lower lows and lower highs in the structure ended up breaking to go back in that buying position. So if you zoomed out, you would initially just tell yourself that price did this before. So if it didn't respect the trend here, then you know price is going to be doing the same thing it did the last time. So understanding that, you want to sit there and be like, all right, I know the trend. I've marked how high and how low price can go. Now I need to understand how can I find entries. So finding entries with your support and resistance, you're going to be doing the same thing, but on a smaller structure mindset wise. So instead of focusing on how high and how low, you're going to be now focusing on the bullish trend or the bearish trend in the market. Since we're doing GU, we're going to be focusing on the bullish trend coming back up to this resistance area right here. So since we understand that this is the highest and the lowest that price can go, and we will be now focusing on the highs and lows to understand how price can come up to this level, I will initially be seeing that when price made this low and came all the way up, in order for price to eliminate the selling momentum that was in this area, I'm going to simply just to not confuse a lot of people, we're going to be simply just focusing on this high right here. Boom, let me just zoom it out a little bit. Got it. Let me delete all this. All right, boom. So we now understand that on this downtrend, since in order for price to stay on this downtrend, we need to stay under this high level. If we come above this high level, we can now start looking for buying positions, because now we understand that we're not in the middle of an area, and we know that above this level, buyers are in control to keep price all the way up to the next resistance level. So understanding that, you can see that price came up to make this high. So you can see that price ended up staying under. So you could take in consideration that, all right, price is staying under, price could initially come back selling down, but you want to focus that in a bullish uptrend, price can make highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So understanding that that can happen in the market, you know that because price made this high, this pullback is, or this correction, whatever you guys call it, whatever's comfortable with you guys, this has to happen. So understanding that this has to happen, you're going to take this in consideration and wait to see that if price comes back under, once again, these lows, that's when you can start telling yourself, all right, then this buying momentum is now starting to be corrected, and we're now going back onto the bearish momentum to go back under this level and to go for more. So because that didn't happen, price ended up making this higher low. So you would initially mark this level. Why you would mark this level? Because this is giving you indications, and this is giving you indications, and this is giving you like continuations in your entries to understand that while you're in this trade, how what will give you a good reason to stay in your trade, and what has to be broken or what has to be staying above to keep your trade or to keep your bias on the get-go, so to help your psychology and to help you hold your trades. So initially you'll see that price made this higher low. Price ends up coming up high, staying above this level. Initially, you noticing that you could have hopped in a buy position, stop loss under, and attacking this high. Why? Because you know that this is a higher low. This isn't a downtrend no more. So you can start targeting the highs. And if we initially break this level, you could be targeting for more. So understanding that, we could put our position so you guys could see that. We're gonna be like, boom. We could say we stayed above this level. We're looking for this level to be broken because we know once we come above this level, buyers are in full control. Price ends up making a high or low. You know that if price stays above this low level, you know initially we could be coming up here to be breaking this level. Let's understand what to do and how to react at your key areas. All right, so understanding what to do at your key areas. You already understand that when price is on a bullish uptrend, price has to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. So understanding that, you can now see that when price was on this downtrend initially, we did come under this level, but coming under this level, we did not stay under this bearish trend, ended up coming above these highs, making a higher low, and then breaking this high. So understanding that, we was already telling ourselves, as long as price is breaking under this low level, initially you could hop in buys to come above this level. Why? Because all the selling momentum that happened here has been mitigated, and now we just have this, now we really just have to focus on this resistance area to be broken to come above this one and to initially keep going. Once price made this low, you would have waited for more structure just to give you a good mindset that boom, this is a higher low being made and price is initially trying to come back to the highs. You could have initially seen that price got weaker at this level. You could have chose to enter at this level or enter at the break of this high. Either or is safe just because you're in a good area before price starts to break. You already see that price is making bullish indications that price does not want to break this level. In fact, buyers are keeping price above these levels to keep going. So you could have initially hopped in a position right here. And you would have been asking where you put your stop loss. Initially, I'm not going to go too deep into it. We'll save it for next video. But initially, you could have initially put your stop loss here, or keep your stop loss under this level, because you're telling yourself as long as price is not breaking that level, you know that your buying bias isn't a good trade. Your initial target could be here, because this is giving you your indication that you want to see price being broken to come above this level. So if you want price to be broken to come above this level, you initially are telling yourself that you want price to come all the way here, because this is what we marked on the 4 hour. Keep that in consideration. We marked this on the 4 hour. And initially you can see your entry comes in, price stays above this level, never comes back to your entry, breaks above this high, and does the same thing over and over again. And we could mark it more than once to find more entries, because now since price breaks above this level, you're initially just telling yourself, as long as price isn't making bearish indications under this level, your buying position is straight. You notice that price comes to break above this level, retests, and stays above this high. Take in consideration that after we broke above this level, we're not focused on this anymore. We are initially focused on structure. So we would initially, I wouldn't say we would delete this, but once we know that the resistance area that was there is no longer there no more, we would initially be marking this level, telling ourselves, as long as price is staying above this level, we can react. If we was to miss it, let's say if we was to miss this trade, entry could be here. Stop loss, not going to go too deep into it because I don't want to give it the nits and grits, but initially I would say stop loss under this level. As long as prices are breaking this, you know, buyers are in position and are in control to keep price above, and you could have been targeting this level right here, and it would have been a wonderful 1 to 6, while this trade right here was a wonderful 1 to 9. Now, understanding that this is how you find entries with price action the Pipster way. If you guys have any questions, please shoot me in the comment section, hit my Telegram, my Instagram, my Discord, anywhere. I want everybody to understand price action, understand how to really look at the markets as a whole, because price action is key. Your entries at the end of the day are never perfect, because you want to match your entries with structure. So you're initially telling yourself, if your entry is in reds, As long as price is not breaking lows or breaking highs to take out buyers or sellers that are in control in the market, you are initially holding your trade. This is why waiting for your confirmations in your structure is really, really, really important. All right, so now it's time to understand patience, what to do, and how to wait for your confirmations as structure. So now you understand how to mark the highs and lows in the market to understand where buyers and sellers are in control in the market. Well, why do you need patience? Why do you need confirmation? I thought it was just sell high, buy low. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, you need to focus on what time frame you on, and why are you holding the trade, and understanding what happened in the past. You cannot be impatient. You cannot want this trade to happen in 2 seconds and think it's just going to moon off of one candle, because it's most likely not going to happen. It's really most likely not going to happen. So understanding that, you would want to be looking at the lower time frames. I wouldn't want to say lower time frames, but you could be staying on the 1 hour to the 30-minute and be looking just to see how structure is being formed, and staying on those time frames as you're on a trade on the 4 hour can initially help your patience, because you're starting to see a lot of candles form. And when you start getting a little bit weirded out, all you have to do is go back in the higher time frame, because everything follows the higher time frame overall. So before you start getting worried and start getting scared about getting out your trade, or you start seeing a lot of profits and you feel like you should get out your trade, you need to start basing why you want to get out your trade off of your charts instead of your emotions, because with that, it's how you start disconnecting yourself from being an emotional trader and start becoming a logical, profitable trader. This is really key in understanding price action, because with price action, you can easily find out why you were right or why you were wrong in your trade. And knowing that betters your psychology and betters your understanding of the markets and your forex pair or indice, to then come back in this market and come get those pips or go get those losses that the market came and took back from you. So this is really all the 4 things you really need: understanding entries, price action way, the Pipster way. But anyways, honestly, I really had a great time. Definitely was super nervous. And my first video, definitely not going to be my last. My next video could be stop loss, could be, who knows, could be identifying buyers and sellers in the market. Who knows? We'll be talking about it in my Discord or my Telegram community, so definitely check those out. But yeah, anyways, I really want to thank everybody who is here and who is watching. And if you guys are at the end of the video, definitely comment. We'll see y'all comment. Put the number 2 in the chat. That's my number, just to make sure that people are still here. Put the number 2. If you was at the start, I know that y'all put Pipster away. If you made it to the end, I know you put 2. But yeah, anyways, this was basically enough of this video. If you guys miss anything, please rewind or text me or hit me up on anything specific, and I am more than likely to help you. I'm available on Telegram, Discord, and Instagram, so please do not be shy to text me. I'm more than happy to text you. And on my next video, if you guys want to be in the know-it-all and probably have a say-so in what the next video is going to be, please join my Telegram and my Discord. If you guys want to see those pages real quick, I'm more than happy to show you guys. Let me grab it real quick, 1 second. Okay, let's go to my community screen right over here. This is my Discord. Been setting it up. 200 members, 190 active. You know, we got a little, everything's getting a little fancy. You got my socials. You would start here. We have a support team, couple roles. Understand having our links, so you can find all my links right here when you join my Discord, so you'll never be confused. You always know where to go. In my announcements, keep everything up to date, you know, the rules, education, and this is really the setup. If you guys join the Patreon, you guys will be seeing this. If you guys don't, you guys won't be seeing this, so don't trip. And honestly, that's it. That's it for the Discord. We can show the Telegram. Let me grab this Telegram real quick. Telegram right here. Got pips. So you guys can see right here that the got pips. This is the chat. Everybody in here. We do a lot of talking, a lot of sending charts, and definitely keep everybody up to date. We try and make sure everybody's in trades, everybody's profitable, And this is also the Got Pips family chat right here, where I keep everybody updated. I drop free picks, free signals, free charts, quotes, and keep everybody up to date on A-book brokers, what's going on in the market, and just get informational videos. Like right here, I'm showing how to pay less taxes as a trader if you were to become a trader, so you can understand how to do that, and definitely understanding credit. So there's definitely a lot. So I would really want you guys to take advantage on these telegrams and my discords. And honestly, yeah, that is really it. Let me bring me back to the charts. Yeah, if you guys have any more questions, like I said, y'all know what to do. And honestly, I'm out. Be great. The only way is up. And this is the Pipster way. I'll see you guys later.